So, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to thank you all again for joining us here in our lounge, and of course also joining us here for the Viking Explorer Society group. I must say that we usually do invite just the guests that have traveled with us before, because we do want to show our appreciation for everything that you've done for us. However, we decided that this year we would invite every single guest on board this vessel. We believe that it's been really a year and a half where we were too long away from cruising, and cruising in general, ladies and gentlemen, not only of course at Viking, but everywhere on every ship that you will find in this world. However, we are gathered here today because of course this did start many years ago, and it started in 1997, where a gentleman did say, if you can make it in Russia, you can make it anywhere in the world. And after those words, a few other words followed, and that was, I have a dream. And this had an impact politically, but it also had an impact on our company. And the impact that it had on our company was, he had a dream where you could enjoy two things. Where you could enjoy having a home away from home and traveling in comfort. And that's exactly what he's achieved throughout the years, ladies and gentlemen, where you can have actually a home away from home. And I must tell you here, ladies and gentlemen, the family of the Viking Radgrid will always have its doors open for all of you. So welcome to our family, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't do this alone. He did do it with all of you, which are, of course, our repeat offenders. And one of the things that traveling makes you, ladies and gentlemen, it makes you speechless and then turns you into storytellers. And that's exactly what every single one of you has done. You've either done it with friends, you've either done it with families, and that's how we see so many guests coming year after year to us, because you do tell them the stories of what Viking is all about. However, this was not always an easy road. This was actually a bumpy road. And the bumpy road started with a lot of critics which didn't believe that we could achieve what we've achieved throughout the years. And they challenged us. They actually challenged us, and we took that challenge. So we went on to 1 year where we christened 10 ships in 24 hours, breaking the Guinness World Records. They turned around to us and they said it was a fluke. Very lucky. You cannot repeat that again. Bigger companies have tried and failed. We took the challenge again, and we made sure that we were going to roar to all the four corners of this earth so they could hear us. And we christened 16 ships in 24 hours, straight away after the next year, in 24 hours, and we broke the Guinness World Records once again, ladies and gentlemen. And not only we did that, but we did announce our ocean cruise division in 2013, and we launched our first ocean liner in 2015. And the impact was so dramatic, ladies and gentlemen, for you to understand, and for many of you that have traveled on cruise ships all around the world, Crystal Cruises, which is one of the best companies in the world, was #1 for 20 years in a row. In 2015, the first year Viking launched its cruise, we were considered the best company in the world, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I do want to thank a team here, ladies and gentlemen. Before we continue, I think they've done an awesome job. Not only them, but of course here, together with one gentleman that does lead them week in, week out. Could we give a big round of applause for our team here in the bar and Vladimir, ladies and gentlemen? I think they've done an awesome job. That's it. Charge everyone for the drinks, okay? Now, of course, here, one of the things that we do this every single time you come on board, but the Norwegians, they celebrate the drafting of the Constitution with parades, parties, and sips of their firewater. And what is their firewater? Well, it's actually the Aquavit line. Now, when you translate this, it means water of life, but we have renamed this as Dead Man Walking, ladies and gentlemen, with over 40% of alcohol content. So what is the Aquavit line? Well, it's actually a potato-based liqueur with some caraway seed. You will find other herbs like the cumin or the dill in it. And if you look around on the market, you will find some that have a fruity taste to it. However, every single drink does have a story to it. And like this one does also have a story to it. And the story did begin in the late 1700s, where a young Norwegian gentleman owned a distillery with his uncle. And they wanted to sell a few goods in Asia combined with 5 barrels of the Aquavit. Now, they sent it off on the sailing ships. It went all the way to Asia. Once it arrived there, they were 50% right. They managed to sell all the goods, but not a single drop of the Aquavit was sold. When he heard of this, he was destroyed. He actually felt that he had a quality product. He did not understand how could this happen. So those 5 barrels were sent back to Norway, and for it to be considered an Aquavit, it actually has to pass the equator twice, ladies and gentlemen. So as it arrived back in Norway, he went running to the port, and he needed to know what had happened. He opened one of the barrels. He got 2 surprises. One of the surprises was that it had gained a beautiful golden color. Then he tasted it. It actually tasted better. And all combined this, ladies and gentlemen, some aficionados actually believe that the slushing around in the sherry oak casks gives it a better flavor. To this day, this is still followed, and they still do it in the same exact way, ladies and gentlemen. And many of you might be thinking, well, Carlos, you've been drinking too much Aquavit these days. But the one thing I can tell you, and this is a beautiful thing about these bottles, ladies and gentlemen, on the inside of this bottle, on this label, it would actually tell you where it's traveled to and how long it's traveled for. And this one actually traveled on the MV Thamesis on the 1st of April 2019, and it returned on the 7th of August 2019. Ladies and gentlemen, the bottle is here. It will not let me lie. Please have a look at it. We do need to know here just one thing, ladies and gentlemen. Who has traveled with us at least 2 times? 3, 4, 5, 6. Crew does not count. 6. Only 6? 5, 6?
5.
6, 7, 8, 9. 9? 9. A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I do want you to remember their face, because, ladies and gentlemen, we will not see them for the rest of the cruise, because we always give the winners an Aquavit, ladies and gentlemen. Now, there's many ways of you doing this, but in actually sense, there's only 2 ways of doing this, ladies and gentlemen. You either shoot it or you don't. So if you want to raise your glasses, ladies and gentlemen, in a nice Norwegian way, skål!
Skål!
Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed it, just put your hands up in the air like you just don't care, or join that couple over there. Well, as you all know, we didn't only do our Viking Explorer Society group, ladies and gentlemen, because we did not want you to leave our vessel without having a final farewell with us. And we know that it's not yet a farewell, but it is just for us not to have we'll have around 40 of you outside of the ship tomorrow. So we did want to enjoy this moment with all of you, ladies and gentlemen. And of course here we do want to introduce, and I wanted to introduce to you a great team, ladies and gentlemen. Always everyone thinks that this team stands behind me. How wrong you are, ladies and gentlemen. This amazing team has always stood in front of me, and they have stood in front of me every week, ladies and gentlemen, making this ship one of the best here in France and an amazing ship to come to. So, ladies and gentlemen, if we want to give really a big round of applause for the First Lady here, which is our housekeeper. She's done an amazing job with her team. Yes, sir. then we do have a fantastic Superman. I think he's done a great job, ladies and gentlemen, at our guest services team. Your smiling assassin made sure that you had wine, cocktails, and water. Big round of applause for Vladimir, ladies and gentlemen. And then, of course, we had a gentleman that not only kept you alive, but kept us alive with food, amazing food. Still today, he will make a great dish for you, and tomorrow as well, ladies and gentlemen. I think he and his team have been simply fantastic. Big round of applause for Cesar Mata. And a lady that's been standing always by your side, on your shoulder, left, right, and of course always supported you also outside on your excursions. Make sure that you had always great content. May it have been a French lesson, may it have been cheese, may it have been at Normandy where she was there by your side, ladies and gentlemen. And especially here on board our vessel, she made sure that you were well taken care of as well. One of the best program directors we have in France, ladies and gentlemen. Big round of applause for Mia. And then we do have one gentleman here. He's making sure, ladies and gentlemen, still making sure that we were well taken care of in safety, in many other ways, ladies and gentlemen. Also made sure that always our sun deck was nice, clean with his team. The gangways were always placed for us for when we wanted to go visit small towns. And he's still keeping us safe, ladies and gentlemen. Also, I must guarantee you, one of the best captains we have here in France. And yes, I am a little bit biased. However, can guarantee you, and you must admit, it's been a very smooth ride. So ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for your captain. Now, we are missing one team here. We are. And I want to bring you out this team because they have done an amazing job, ladies. And we never do this, and we just wanted to do it with you. It is a Christmas cruise, ladies and gentlemen. We wanted to introduce you, every single person that comes here on board our vessel. So I do want to introduce to you my family here on board, ladies and gentlemen. And they are coming slowly.
Thank you guys. Although you are everywhere, I cannot.
Messieurs, dames, bonsoir. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. How are you today?
Very
I
good.
think the party is starting very well. Huh? Today, atmosphere, all I wanted is here. You know, we're going to farewell cocktails, but we're still sailing tonight. Actually, my first officer, Jocelyn, is still in the warehouse and sailing, which I will join him very soon. I would like to tell you, thank you very much to be here on board on the Viking Radgrid with us, especially for this Christmas cruise. It was very pleasant for us that you are here on board. We feel a little bit more than our family, so we have like 9 persons. It was a wonderful cruise. But like I said also, it is a farewell cruise. And it is our last cruise of the year, last cruise of this season. And I also would like really to thank you all, our team of the Viking Radgrid, which we did our season. And I'm very proud to be part of this team. But we also forget one person here on board because it's explained, it shows all his team, but we forget him. Please applaud our hotel manager, Carlos. All this year is good preparation, and I'm really happy that next year we'll work again with you. And so, on this way, enjoy your cruise, enjoy your last evening sailing. Tomorrow we'll sailing again and go back to our destination, Paris, Quai de Grenelle, our docking place. So cheers and have a wonderful time.
Cheers.
Show me your blood, everybody.